The word spilled out, and her fear ratcheted up, and up, until it pounded in her head with the beat of run, run, run. Dylan leaned in, slapping his hand on the roof of her car, lowering his voice to a whisper. I have people to do whatever I need done. I know exactly where you are at all times in case I want to finish what we started the day you ratted me out to the cops over a useless bum that no one gave two shits about. You'll go back to prison if you touch me. Becky leaned against the door to keep baby Sophie safe from her father. That whole terrible night replayed in her brain, but the worst of it had been his cold callousness after he hit the man with his truck. Dylan had left him on the street in a pool of blood, driving away with Becky screaming in the passenger seat. No, don't think about that. Stay focused. Keep telling yourself that. He leaned so close she smelled coffee on his breath. Oh, you'd better start saying your goodbyes to the brat. I have a team of lawyers working on getting full custody of the kid. You caused me major problems with my family by having it. What? No. You won't win. She wrapped her arms around her stomach, desperation hammering up her spine. The thought of Sophie in his care was too much. Too awful. Losing Sophie would kill her, but her real fear was for her child's safety. You tried to destroy my life by ratting me out and having that kid after I told you to get rid of it. Payback's a bitch. He turned and strode off. Becky ran around her car, jumped in, and locked all the doors. Her hands shook so badly, she couldn't get the key in the ignition. In the back seat, Sophie gurgled and tried to pick up the book in her fat fists. Oh God, what to do? Run. But where? How? Her best friend Ava lived in a tiny place with 2 other girls. She couldn't go there. Maybe a shelter? Leave Dallas or the state of Texas altogether? Finally getting the key in, she started the car and got them on the road. She hurried home, watching her rearview mirror the entire time. Was Dylan following them? How long had he been watching them? She needed the money from the sale of the trailer to make a new life for her and Sophie, or pay lawyers if it came to a custody battle. She'd thought she had more time, but she'd been wrong. She had to find a safe place to stay while selling the trailer. There was only one person Becky could think of who might be able to help, her boss, Lucinda Knight. As his truck ate up the last miles toward home, Logan Knight refused to think about his deadline in 3 months, or the wife he'd need to acquire to keep his acreage on the family ranch. All he wanted was to get home, strip, and fall into bed. A couple days of peace and solitude would get his nightmares back under control, and then he'd be ready to tackle that contract with his father that he'd foolishly signed before heading off to boot camp almost 12 years ago. Turning into the night ranch, the headlights of his truck sliced through the inky darkness blanketing Texas's premier horse ranch. They also had cattle, but their reputation was in their competitive and working quarter horses. Logan took the road leading north, heading to his land in the most secluded, rustic section. The moonlight poured through the trees, casting long shadows on the finished stables and making the just-framed cabins look like skeleton bones. In the next 3 months, Logan was going to turn those bones into a full-fledged retreat for war veterans struggling to cope with PTSD. Camp Warrior Recovery was Logan's way of doing something that mattered. He supposed it was his way of atoning. Without warning, the present faded away, replaced by the vivid image of those 8 young girls and the baby. Oh God, the baby. All dead. Logan stopped his truck on the side of the road and rubbed his face, willing his one horrifying failure as a Marine to the back of his mind. In seconds, the memory faded. He breathed a sigh of relief and pulled back onto the road. It was just a brief flash brought on by fatigue. Now that he was home, a few days alone and working on